Podcasts on UNC-TV.org are made possible through the financial contributions of viewers like you, who invite you to join them in supporting UNC-TV.
The Carolina Ballet has revived 3 ballets by the great Russian-born contemporary choreographer George Balanchine. Ballets that were so rarely performed they were believed to be lost. Julia Carpenter has more on this extraordinary production by the Carolina Ballet.
The performance begins with an opening work by artistic director and choreographer Robert Weiss. Danced to the piano music of Eric Satie and created for the opening of the new building at the North Carolina Museum of Art in April 2010. Still life art being the inspiration for moving life, the ballet.
I mean, the artist is actually making choreography with the objects, their relationship to the space, their relationship in size to each other, and the drama of where the light is coming from. And what's really interesting about that to me is it is like a little still moment of choreography. So I thought, well, what if I did moving life? The dancers on the plane and how they relate to each other in the space and where the light is coming from.
The program continues with Balanchine rarities. Founder of the New York City Ballet, George Balanchine choreographed ballets around his star dancers. In the early 1950s, that star was Russian émigré Andrei Eglevsky. Today, his daughter Marina has come to Raleigh to stage 3 of these ballets with the Carolina Ballet and a supporting grant from the National Endowment for the Arts.
When I applied for a grant from the NEA, what they were looking for is to preserve and protect things that are not done very often and that are more obscure. And although these works have been done here and there over the years, they're not in anybody's permanent repertoire. And I also thought they would be nice to have in our permanent repertoire, and the chances of them surviving and thriving would be greater if they were actually in someone's repertoire. Marina Eglevsky and I knew each other as children because Andrei Eglevsky was one of my teachers.
This ballet is a close adaptation of the classical ballet Paquita, choreographed by French ballet master and choreographer Marius Petipa in 1881. With a spirited circus-like music of Ludwig Minkus, the technical requirements are exacting and require all the dancers' stamina and virtuosity.
The Minkus pas de Trois was actually probably the majority of it was pure Petipa, and Balanchine just put his name on it. And what happened was he came to America, nobody knew who Petipa was. So he made this pas de trois that was mostly from memory, and I'm sure he made a few changes, I mean, because he always did.
Ah, the fickleness of love. Set in Nice in the south of France, a young man is tempted by a local girl and pursues her. Then, engulfed with the fantasy of a beautiful mystical sylph, he is distracted. Oh, light-hearted fun. This ballet adds jazz elements and a spoof on Auguste Bournonville's La Sylphide.
The à la Francais is completely unique. You know, I mean, he never did a comedy ballet like that.
Glinka demands meticulous technique, strong high jumps, and exacting battu. All must be executed with grace and ease. There's a wide range of technical feats and a beautiful adagio at the center of the ballet.
When he did the Glinka pas de trois, he, of course, based it on those same principles of classical ballet that came from Petipa and before Petipa, but he then really started to play with the technique.
After such classics, we are treated to an encore presentation of principal guest choreographer Lynne Corbett, Lost and Found. Premiered in 2003 as a tribute to the survivors of 9/11. Performed by pianist Carl Moraski to the music of Robert Schumann.
When I watched it on video before I decided to revive it, I had tears in my eyes at the end. And it's extremely emotional and very poetic. And yet, there's something uplifting about it too. I mean, it makes you believe in the human spirit.
Performances to remember. What a joy to behold and experience. For North Carolina Weekend and the Performing Arts, I'm Julia Carpenter.
Balanchine Rarities runs through March 4th at the Fletcher Opera Theater in Raleigh. For more information, call the ballet line at 919-719-0900 or go online to carolinaballet.com.
Podcasts on UNC-TV.org are made possible through the financial contributions of viewers like you, who invite you to join them in supporting UNC-TV.